ingenious supplies.
Howdy folks, make sure to check back on Sunday for more Commander gameplay.
What's up, Spikes? Or should I say, howdy, Spikes. We are back for another pre-constructed Commander game. I am so excited to be part of this specific one. By the way, I am Bill from the Spike Feeders. I don't show up super frequently, but I'm very excited to be part of this game specifically because we are playing the Outlaws of Thunder Junction pre-constructed Commander decks. Shout out to Wizards of the Coast for sending these to us to check out. This is the earliest possible that we can give you this content. Also the earliest possible that we can play with these cards. And I'm pleased as punch, as they say in the Thunder Junction, I assume. But yeah, shout out to Wizards of the Coast for sending us these decks early. We really, really appreciate it. And also shout out to our sponsor, GameGenic. Please feel free to check them out if you want to have honestly just really high quality accessories and gaming products. We're a big fan of them here. They're a big fan of us, I think. They keep sticking around. So yeah, feel free to check them out. We have some links in the description. And if you don't have it at your LGS, you should ask them to go get it because it's really good. All of their stuff is really good. Anyway, with all that being said, once again, I am Bill from the Spike Feeders and I'm going to be playing Yuma, Proud Protector. This is the Naya lands deck known as Desert Bloom. And as you might be able to tell from that, it does have deserts in it. It does care about deserts, but also it's just kind of a Naya lands deck. Yuma costs less for each of the lands in my graveyard. Whenever I sacrifice a land, I get a guy, I get a Spike Feeder. That's that in me, in my head. He's the cactus guy. He's us. We're him. Everybody's great.
Everybody's great.
Everybody's great.
Hi, everybody. I'm Maddie. Today I'm playing Grand Larceny. It is helmed by Gonti, Canny, Inquisitor. This deck plays a lot of low-to-the-ground creatures. I'm going to try to hit my opponents and cast all of their cards. And I'm playing green, so maybe I'll have some cactuses in my deck too. That would be very exciting.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Hang on. This is an opportunity to use a lot of sound effects. Editor Phil, just fill it in. Whip cracks. Horse name.
Yeah.
All this kind of stuff. Ready?
Guns.
Okay. You ready? Here it comes. I'm Jim. I'm playing Stella Lee. Wild card. And the name of my deck is Quick Draw. It's an Is It deck, and it cares about the second spell you cast each turn. So I'm going to be storming off, baby, into the wild blue yonder.
Storming off into the sunset.
Hi everybody, my name's Alex and I'm playing Olivia, Opulent Outlaw today. It's the most wanted deck, and the reason it's the most wanted deck is because it deals with outlaws. That's right, it's a new mechanic that groups together assassins, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, and warlocks. Yeah, they're definitely outlaws. So whenever I attack my opponents and hit them with one or more of those dudes, I get a treasure token. And then I can pay 3 and a couple to start distributing counters. So that's a lot of fun. So I'm hoping there's a lot of outlaws in here, along with a lot of treasures and hopefully a lot of ways to kill my friends.
I just wanted to say, as soon as you hit dudes really hard, and I just thought of Dude Ranch immediately, and I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeehaw.
Yee. And I cannot stress this enough. Ha.
Okay, let's crack into our GameGenic bastions.
All right, and I did win the die roll. I just am the best of all time. So
Whoa, let's get a recount.
I'm gonna draw. I don't know if I can even say that. I'm just gonna play the Scattered Groves tapped and pass the turn.
All right, draw a card. I'm going to play a Sunken Hollows tapped and pass.
Okay, I'll draw a card. I'm going to play an island.
Wow,
and
untapped.
use it to cast a preordain.
Oh.
Whoa.
Wow.
I will like to scry 2. I'm going to leave 1 on top and put 1 on the bottom. Then I'm going to draw a card.
Nice.
What did you draw?
Resolves. The card that I put on top. Were you not paying attention?
It's early.
I'm going to pass.
Alrighty. Gonna upkeep draw. We're gonna play an untapped land. It's Blackcleave Cliffs. Pass the turn.
Damn. Untapped and everything. I'm gonna draw. I think I am just gonna be playing this mountain and passing over to Maddie.
Sure. Untap. Draw a card. I'm going to play a forest. And I'm going to cast an Arcane Signet.
Ooh.
Pass the turn.
Whoa.
Who does she think she is?
Whoa.
Wow.
I'll draw a card. I'm going to play a mountain and cast an Arcane Signet.
Whoa.
Who does he think he is?
Such a troll. Such a troll.
Yeah.
One land and arcane signet.
I'll play a swamp for turn. I'll tap 2 and cast Humble D.
I love this guy.
Yeah.
He draws cards. We're going to pass him around starting next turn. Go ahead.
Damn. And speaking of passing, the turn to me. I'm going to play the Sun-Scorched Divide and then tap my lands, specifically like this, and then this for a green, because I do need 1 green. I'm going to play a Crawling Sensation. At the beginning of my upkeep, I may mill 2 cards, and whenever 1 or more lands are put into my graveyard from anywhere for the first time each turn, I create a 1/1 insect.
Crawling sensation.
I'm gonna take my turn.
Lands are how I fall.
Stick around at the end of this video and you can find out how you can win these decks. Please take them from us.
Please stick around.
Please stick around. I'm gonna play a Dark Slick Shores, and I'm gonna cast a Slither Blade. It can't be blocked.
That's a good card.
Then I'm gonna cast a Rampant Growth.
Woo. She's ramping.
We're getting a land. All right, so off my Rampant Growth, I'm gonna get this Forest into play tapped and pass the turn.
Okay. I'll untap. I'll draw a card. I'm going to play a mountain. And I think I'm just going to cast my commander, Stella Wildcard. This is a 2/4 human rogue. Whenever I cast my second spell each turn, I exile the top card of my library. Until the end of my next turn, I can play that card. And then I can also tap Stella to copy an instant or sorcery spell I control, and I can choose new targets, and I can only activate it if I've cast 3 or more spells this turn.
Oh, that's a lot of spells.
Seems
a lot.
powerful.
It is a couple, yeah. I think I'm just going to pass, though.
Sounds good. Untap, upkeep, draw. Bill, would you like a Humble D?
I would, actually.
Here's a Humble D.
Thank you. Thanks, partner.
Draw a couple cards. Play a Swamp as land for turn, Cry, and 1, 2, 3 for Academy Manufactor.
Oh.
Pass the turn.
All right. I will untap this Humble D and draw. At the beginning of my upkeep, actually, I may mill 2 cards. Dunes of the Dead and Swiftfoot Boots. So I will make a 1/1 insect from my Crawling Sensation.
I'm gonna get content ID.
He's not that good of a singer.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to tap my Sun-Scorched Divide, using my mountain to do so for a white and a red to cast this Sand Scout. When it enters the battlefield, if an opponent controls more lands than I do, I search my library for a desert card, put it onto the battlefield, tapped, and then shuffle. So off of this Sand Scout, I'm going to find this Bristling Backwoods, which is a desert that enters the battlefield tapped because of Sand Scout and its own ability, and also it deals 1 damage to target opponent. Guns out, I'm going to shoot Dim. Take 1 damage.
I'll take 1, go to 39.
Then I believe I will be tapping this Humble Defector because I care about having lands in my graveyard, so discarding to hand size is fine. So I will draw 2. I cannot cast anything as predicted.
Who are you targeting with this ability?
Oh, that's true. I will also target Madison.
Yeah. We did it.
I'm feeling disrespected.
You should, probably.
Okay, I'll give it to you after.
Then I'm going to move to the end of my turn. I do have to discard a hand size, so I'll discard this Mountain. Unfortunately, Crawling Sensation does not trigger.
But it would have.
It would have.
Draw.
Apologies. This guy has more text than just being a Rampant Growth. Because I discarded to hand size with this Mountain, I do get a 1/1 red, green, and white Sand Warrior token.
Nice.
I'm going to play Reliquary Tower as my land for the turn. And I'm going to tap 5 mana
Uh-oh.
and cast my commander, Gonti.
Uh-oh.
Gonti. So spells that I cast but don't own cost 1 less to cast, and whenever 1 or more creatures I control deals combat damage to a player, look at the top card of that player's library, then exile it face down. I can play that card for as long as it remains exiled, and a mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. And I have an unblockable Slitherblade.
No.
Okay, yeah, here you go.
Thanks. I
What
wonder what it is. I'm going to activate this Humble Defector, and I'm going to give it to you.
Oh, nice.
And I will draw 2 cards.
Does that untap it?
No.
And pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. Could you imagine if it untapped it? That would be
That'd be
irresponsible.
wild. Forever.
Turbo.
I'll draw a card. I'm going to pay 1 and a second one to cast Expressive Iteration. I'll look at the top 3 cards in my library, put 1 of them into my hand, 1 on the bottom, and exile 1 of them, and I can play the exiled card this turn. Okay, I'm going to put this card into my hand, this card into exile. It's Izzet Signet, and this card on the bottom. Then I'm going to pay 2 and cast an Izzet Signet. And I think I'm going to tap the Humble Defector, keep this good time going. I'm going to target Alex. Teamwork makes the dream work.
The cycle is complete.
Then I'm going to play this Mountain as my land for turn. And I'm going to activate my Izzet Signet to add blue-red to cast this Thunderclap Drake. It's a 2/1 flyer. It reduces all my instants and sorcery spells by 1. I can pay 3 and sacrifice it, and when I cast my next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy it for each time I've cast my commander from the command zone this game.
Ooh.
That is my
Wow.
second spell. So I will exile the top card of my library, and I can play it until the end of my next turn. It's a Talrand Sky Summoner.
Actually, I think your Izzet Signet was your second spell.
It was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it all works out.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I think that's going to be it for me. Go ahead.
Right on. Untap, upkeep, and draw. Oh, we did not get there.
Oh, you hate
But-
to see it.
Humble Defector will go to Bill.
Oh, I got so excited for a second.
Draw 2 cards.
We need like suspenseful movie trailer music for that. Like,
And we did get there. Command tower.
There you go.
1, 2, 3, 4. Olivia, opulent outlaw. All right, we're going to move to discard step. In discard step, we're going to drop Grenzo, Havoc Razor, and Idol of Oblivion into the yard.
Idol of Oblivion. That's a spicy one.
It is.
All right. Well, then I will untap. During my upkeep, Crawling Sensation will trigger Nesting Dragon and Kiri, Talented Sprout. So neither of those were lands, unfortunately. But I do get to move to my draw step. I'm going to start off. I'm going to play this Plains as my land for the turn. And then gather around, everyone, and listen close while I tell you the story of the Mending of Dominaria. So this is a saga. I get to mill 2 cards as this comes in, and then I can return a creature card from my graveyard to my hand.
Nice.
I'm going to mill a Hashep Oasis and an Hour of Promise. So Hashep Oasis will trigger Crawling Sensation and Sand Scout, and I will get 2 of each of the. I'll have 2 of each of these guys. Then I think I'm going to tap this Humble Defector, target Maddie. Does that count as committing a crime, by the way?
Yes.
It does.
Yeah,
I have
it
crimed
does.
you. I will draw 2.
Do you feel crimed on?
A little bit.
this is like in Fallout when you get the pickpocket perk and you can put a live grenade in somebody's pocket.
Oh,
Yeah, same thing.
I love a good surprise.
I gotta be honest, I literally never did that, but every time it comes up and somebody talks about it, I'm just like, what a horrible way to
You
die.
can do it.
Anyway, I'm going to move to the end of my turn. I'm just going to sit back with all my dudes. I'm going to discard this Forest to hand size. Pass the
All
turn to
right.
Maddie.
Untap and draw a card. I'm going to play an island, and I would like to go to combat and attack Alex with my unblockable 1/2.
Absolutely.
39?
39.
I will exile the top card of your library face down.
Face down. All right. It's exiled.
Thank you.
Oh, did you want it? Okay.
I do want it.
Oh, fair enough. Was it a snow-covered swamp?
Yes.
Awesome.
I would like to draw 2 cards,
Retargeting.
and I'll give it to you.
Get
can take it.
crimed,
Let's
loser.
just give it back to Madison.
And then I would like to cast Calling Ritual.
Oh no.
Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less.
Hey.
And I will add black or green for each permanent destroyed this way.
My poor
That's a lot of
guys.
permanents.
So I have 2.
I've got 3,
0.
7,
8.
and you
Oh
have
wait,
3.
how many you have?
So that's 10 total.
10 total.
I can
Humble D
make-
is also.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
rip.
And 5.
Rip to the goat.
And then I'm going to cast Villainous Wealth.
Targeting.
Targeting Bill.
What?
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
X
So
equals how many?
blue and black
8, it
and
looks like.
green and
For
8.
like oh
6,
Actually, let's make it more. Let's
7,
just go 10.
8,
10.
9, 10. I'm gonna recount this just in case.
Oh,
1,
boy.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go.
Did I commit a crime?
Yes.
Yes, thoroughly.
it's a heist.
And I can cast any of them with 10 or less without paying their mana cost. We got a land. We got another land. A land. A land.
10 lands. Let's
A
go.
land. An Elvish Rejuvenator, which I will probably be casting Magmatic Insight. We got Unholy Heat, Descend Upon the Sinful, which I don't think I'm going to cast. And a Scare Tiller. So you can take these back.
Okay.
So they're just exiled.
Yeah, they're just gone forever.
That I will cast. This I will cast. And so I have to discard a land
Yep.
to draw 2. This Unholy Heat will kill your dude.
Okay.
Okay. Elvish Rejuvenator will trigger. So I will look at the top 5 cards in my library, and I can put a land from among them onto the battlefield tapped.
Man,
That's a heck of a turn.
this Desert Bloom deck is
Not
sweet.
over yet.
And put the rest on the bottom of my library in a random order.
Yeah.
All right. That's the end of my turn.
Okay.
That was a good turn.
That's all.
That was really
Is that
fun.
it?
That's all. Draw card. I'm going to tap 4,
Yeah.
and I'll cast Smoldering Stagecoach. This is a star 5. It's a vehicle. Its power is equal to the number of instants and sorceries in my graveyard. And whenever it attacks the next instant spell and the next sorcery spell I cast this turn have Cascade.
Both?
Very nice.
Wow.
That's cool.
Currently a 2/5.
That's super cool.
This is going to remain exiled forever because I'm not going to cast it, and I will pass the turn.
That's how Talrand always goes.
Yeah.
Exiled forever, but always in our decks.
Always a bridesmaid.
Well, speaking of always a bridesmaid, let's play this isolated chapel. And then let's pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, I get it, because it's like a church, like a wedding chapel.
Thanks, Jim.
I got it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Gonna play this
Everybody in
time
the church.
Ravager, not Daredevil. Oh, by the way, everybody loses a third of your life.
A third.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, Bill went to 26, Madison went to 26, Jim went to 25, and I went to 26. So
Yeah.
we basically just started the game over, but with less life.
Yeah.
Speaking of starting the game over with less life, Jim, would you like to take 3 in the air?
Oh.
Are you asking me if I would like to?
Yes.
No.
Not
Okay, well, that's fine. Take it anyway.
22.
And I'll go to 29. So Olivia herself is an outlaw because she's an assassin, which means that I create a treasure token on dealing combat damage.
Powerful.
Trigger Academy manufacturer.
A Trigger
Or,
Academy.
Not Trigger, but Replacement Academy manufacturer.
Yeah, replacement academy manufacturer, also make a food and a clue.
Well, this manufacturer card's really good.
Yeah, I should
Yeah.
probably like put it in decks or something.
Maybe once Polychronos rotates.
Pass the turn.
Oh, that's an old one. That's a throwback. Okay, I have a couple. I have one upkeep trigger. I was gonna say a couple, but then I remembered how sagas work. So Sheltered Thicket, that will make me an insect. Welcome back. And then draw step, draw a card. Then this ticks up. Mill 2 more cards, and then I can return a creature from my hand or from my graveyard back to my hand. I'm gonna return Nesting Dragon from my graveyard to my hand. Now it is my main phase. I'm going to, before doing anything else, I'm going to cast this Nesting Dragon, which has landfall whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control. I make an egg that hatches into a beautiful baby boy. I will have a land enter. I'm going to play this Mirage Mesa. As it enters, I can choose a color. I'm going to choose green, and it taps for a green. That will trigger my Nesting Dragon and create me an egg.
Didn't I just get rid of all your things?
Yeah, too bad.
I should probably cast Culling Ritual again.
Yeah.
Then I will
should.
move to the end of my turn, and I finally only have 7 cards, so I will not discard a hand size.
Yeah, it must be rough.
All right. Untap. Draw card. I'm going to play Drowned Catacomb. I'm going to attack you with Scare Tiller. And when it becomes tapped,
Oh,
I'm going to return a land from here.
okay. I'll block.
Okay.
Did what?
I just wanted a land.
Oh, yeah, it's a vehicle.
Oh,
I can't block.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it is a vehicle.
Yeah, so take one.
I'll take 1. I'll go to 21.
Yeah, thanks. I should have attacked you with more things. I'm going to cast Arcane Heist. This is
all
pretty
about-
typical Madison
All about,
plays here.
Yeah, it's all about confidence, Alex.
Reading approximately 50% of the card. And then I stop. I can cast target instant or sorcery card from an opponent's graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into their graveyard, exile it instead. But it has Cypher. So then I get to exile this spell and code it on a creature I control. And whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player, its controller can cast a copy of the encoded card without paying its mana cost.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. It's like
I have
Memory
some-
Plunder ++.
Yeah, I have some good ones in there.
But I think I like this Unholy Heat.
Damn.
Okay.
Unholy Heat is going to hit this.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And I will encode it onto Gonti.
You don't want to hit the manufacturer?
Not yet. Okay, so Arcane Heist is going to Cypher onto Gonti.
Okay.
Then I'm going to cast Yuma. Stalking Shadow.
Oh, we know that card.
Pass.
Okay. On tap. Draw card. Play land. I'm just going to recast my commander, Stella Lee. That was bad.
That's why the table moved.
I know.
Anything else you got there, Joe?
No, I barely even had that.
You don't want to crew your stagecoach?
Nope, go ahead.
That sounds good.
I really don't. Just take your turn.
Draw a card. We're going to tap 1, 2, 3 for Seize the Spotlight. Each opponent chooses Fame or Fortune. For each player that chooses Fame, I get to gain control of one of your creatures until end of turn. Untap those creatures and they gain haste. For each player who chose Fortune, I draw a card and create just a treasure token. Pay no attention to the Academy manufactor.
Just a treasure.
I'm having flashbacks from the last time I had to vote for something.
What that time that you got Prisoner's Dilemma?
Oh, yeah. That card does have flashback.
Yeah, that's good. So, Bill,
You start.
each opponent.
Each opponent. Bill, you start.
It's tough because I know he's going to take my nesting dragon, and I just don't know what he's going to do with it. I need him to be safe.
Stuff. Well, I can tell you this much, Bill. I don't think I have a way to get you.
Okay. I'm still going to choose Fame, I believe.
So Fame is gain control.
Sorry, Fortune.
Fortune.
That was the one that I intended.
So that's 1 Fortune.
Yes.
I will pick Fortune.
2 Fortune.
You're both cowards. I'll take Fame.
Fame? I'd like your commander, please.
Yeah, it's the only one.
the only valid target.
That's a rogue, right?
Yep.
Which makes it an outlaw? Mm-hmm. Excellent. I will then make 2 treasures, which makes 2 foods, which makes 2 clues.
You're both cowards.
And draw 2 cards.
Oh, yeah, and draw 2 cards. Thanks, Bill. Almost
no
forgot.
problem. Happy to help.
I'm going to go to declare attacks.
Yes.
I'm going to swing Stella Lee at Jim and Olivia at Madison.
No blocks.
No blocks.
All right. So that's 2 to Jim.
Wait,
That's
does the gain control untap it? It does.
Yes,
So
yeah.
it wouldn't have mattered if I crewed my stagecoach.
correct.
Yeah.
But I could have blocked, I guess.
You could have, but it's too late now.
Too late now.
Go to 19. And Olivia is going to trigger twice because I dealt combat damage to 2 opponents.
players, yeah.
So I'll get 2 treasures and 2 foods and 2 clues.
Uh-oh.
This is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Nothing.
I'm starting to think that in a couple turns, Alex might have a lot of stuff.
Probably not.
Maybe.
That seems unreasonable.
I think he'll have a bunch of stuff right now, actually.
I'm going to tap 1, 2, and sacrifice one of my clues to cast Requisition Raid, choosing modes Wear and Tear.
No.
My enchantment target is this,
Why?
and my artifact target is that.
This?
Yeah.
This is the only thing that I have, Alex.
Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted to take it from you, Jim.
Okay. You didn't take it from me.
I wanted to.
You salted my fields.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I will then not play Clifftop Retreat as my land for turn. Then I'll move to my end step and give Stella Lee back to Jim.
Okay.
Thanks for letting me borrow. Oh, wait. What does it do when I cast my second spell each turn?
You exile the top card of your library, and you can play it until the end of your next turn.
Excellent. We're going to check that out real quick before we do anything else.
Back in town.
What is that? Oh.
To the battlefield?
Oh.
Sure.
Well, I'm not going to cast that this turn, but Direfleet Ravager coming back onto the battlefield is going to be fun.
I will untap. During my upkeep, I will trigger Crawling Sensation and mill a Forest and a Plains. That would have been really good if I had a Saga right about now, but I will just make 1 insect. I will draw a card, and that is it that happens at my draw step.
Bill, can I ask a question?
Yeah, what's up?
How many lands are in your graveyard?
A bunch.
I'm just curious how many eggs you would have
Yeah.
had.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow.
Wow.
On the bright side, at least your commander only costs 3.
Yes. And how? I'm going to start off. I'm going to play this Forest as my land for the turn. And then tapping for exactly Naya, I'm going to play my commander, Yuma, Proud Protector. He has joined the party. I did forget to make a dragon egg immediately, but they're here now too. Whenever Yuma enters the battlefield or attacks, I may sacrifice a land if I do draw a card. I'm going to, in response to that trigger, float a green with this Mirage Mesa, sacrifice it, draw a card, and then Yuma will trigger and create a 4/2 Cactus Cowboy with reach.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
I think that says warrior.
Cactus Cowboy with reach.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeehaw, Alex.
Yee and Haw have been declared.
Then I'm going to be kind of rude. Using this floating green +3, I'm going to play this Heaven to deal X damage to each creature with flying. There are 2 creatures with flying currently. One of them is yours, and yours is the only one that dies.
What is X?
X was 3.
Okay.
So my Nesting Dragon does have 1 damage marked on it. I will move to combat, and I'm going to swing in with this Nesting Dragon at Madison, I believe.
Take 5.
Yeah. Cool. But then I will pass the turn.
All right, untap. Draw a card. Play a swap. And I'm going to cast Felix, 5 boots.
What does that do?
How many boots
So it
does he
has
have?
Menace and Ward 2. If a creature I control dealing combat damage to a player causes a triggered ability of a permanent I control to trigger, it triggers an additional time.
Oh, it's like Panharmonicon.
All right, and I will go to combat. Okay, Gonti's going to attack Alex.
Okay.
And Scaretiller, Elvish Rejuvenator, and Yuma are attacking Jim.
Wow. So, any triggers?
I guess I have this trigger to put a land into play tap.
Where do you get 5 from?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sorry, 5.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then
I'm taking 4.
4 to you.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go to 15.
And then I get a whole bunch of triggers off of Gonti. So I'm going to get 2 cards from you, and I'm going to get 6 cards from you,
6 cards from me.
right? Because whenever it would trigger, it triggers an additional time.
Yep.
Gotcha.
There's the 2 for me.
Thank you.
Wow.
And so Gonti's each hit or one or more? Just
Whenever
Wow,
a
that's
creature
really good.
deals combat damage to a
super
player.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's 6.
Thank you. That's wild. Okay, I will spend 1 mana to cast the Soul Ring. I will spend 2 mana for a Goblin Electromancer. Okay, so my Arcane Heist Cipher is going. The first one is going to target this Magmatic Insight. I will discard Exotic Orchard to draw 2 cards.
Okay.
And that exiles the Magmatic
Yep.
Insight?
Yes.
And then the second one is going to
Goodbye,
cast
Felipe.
Embrace the Unknown. So I will exile the top 2 cards of my library until the end of my next turn. I can play those cards. So we have a Predator's Hour and a Blade Griff Prototype.
Man. This has retrace. Not anymore.
And I'll just put them over there, I guess. Well, now I'm done my turn.
Okay. I will untap. I'll draw a card.
Maddie taking some big turns.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm going to play an Opt. I will scry 1. Bottom it.
This card is wild, actually.
And I'll draw a card. Then I'm going to pay 4 and cast Finale of Promise, X equals 2. And I'm going to target Opt and Expressive Iteration. That triggers Stella Lee, so I will exile the top card of my library, and I can play it until the end of my next turn. And I will then resolve these 2 spells. I will scry 1, bottom, draw a card. Expressive Iteration, I'll look at the top 3. I am going to put Ferris Lake into exile. I will put this card in my hand, and I'll put this card on the bottom. Exiling Expressive Iteration. Finale Promise is done. I believe the stack is now empty.
Yes.
I'm going to play this Ferris Lake as my land for turn, and I'm going to move to end step, discarding Tezzeret's Gambit and Crackling Spellslinger to hand size.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Untapping, upkeeping, drawing.
Main phasing.
Yeah, we're going to main phase a heck of a spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's back in town, X equals 3. Back in town says return target X outlaw creatures from your graveyard to the battlefield. We are going to target Direfleet Ravager, Humble Defector, Granzo Havoc Racer.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
unless there's objections.
We will each lose a third of our life. So.
Alrighty.
So when Direfleet Ravager's trigger resolves, I'll go to 18, Bill to 17, Maddie to 12, and Jim to 10. Grenzo does not have a ATB trigger, so nothing to do there. We're going to pay 2 treasures for Direfleet Daredevil.
Hey, that's the one.
Yeah. I'm going to target Preordain with Direfleet Daredevil. So exile it. I'm going to cast it using a treasure for actually a white mana because I'm
Does it get exiled when it resolves?
yeah, it gets, if it would be put into a graveyard, exile instead.
Perfect.
So then I'm going to scry 2 and then draw a card. So I bottom both of my scries and now I'm going to draw a card. We'll play Canyon Slow as our land for turn. Still waiting on them to print Canyon Fast. Pass the turn.
I'm going to choose to not actually respond to that and untap. During
Canyon Fast
upkeep,
resolves.
mill Desert of the True and Soul Ring. So that will trigger Crawling Sensation as well as Yuma, because whenever a desert is put into my graveyard from anywhere, I get a Cactus Man. And then that triggers this guy. Then I will draw a card for turn. I drew a very good one. Like, an exceptionally good one. I was going to play something else that's a little bit slower, but instead, I'm going to play this Plains. That will make a guy for my Nesting Dragon. But I will then use 2 white, 2 other, and 3 to play, 2 white, 2 other, and that works. Yes. 2 white, 2 other, and then white other for Kicked Marshall's Anthem. So it gives my creatures +1/+1, and I get to return a creature from my graveyard to the battlefield for each time it was kicked, which is only one time. But if anybody recalls from earlier, I milled a Rumbleweed.
I don't know what that is.
It has Vigilance, Reach, and Trample, and when it enters the battlefield, other creatures I control get +3/+3 and Trample until end of turn.
So everything gets
That's really
+4/+4
good.
in trample?
Yes. So he cannot attack. This guy and one of the plant warriors cannot attack. But everything else is rumbling into Thunder Junction.
Defender.
These have Defender as well. That's correct.
Okay, let's see it.
Okay.
Go for it.
So, and also, sorry, one of these cannot attack. Okay, so I have one plant warrior that can't attack. I have one insect that can't attack, and these dragon eggs all have Defender, so they can't attack anyway.
Okay.
But I will be moving to combat, probably hitting people for a lot of damage, is my intent here. So these insects are both rumbling in for 5 with Trample. I'm going to send those at Madison, as well as, I think I only need a little bit more, but I will rumble in with this Nesting Dragon as well. So that's for a total of 18 with Trample. 8 of it has Flying. I will be attacking Alex with my Yuma as well as my Plant Warrior. So this is 9 and 7. Or actually, sorry, +1 on each of those because of Martial Anthem. So this is 10 and 8. So that is for 18 with Trample.
That's pretty good.
Unfortunately, that is only your life total. But
Yeah, Maddie, you got any responses before we go to blocks?
No.
Okay. In blocks, I'm going to have Direfleet Ravager block Yuma.
you got it.
So that'll take 4 off the total, leaving me at 4.
Madison blocks?
Yeah, I can block with both of these, but you said you're attacking for 18, and I
18.
can block 6. So
That's Xaxes.
Xaxes.
Madison is dead.
Then, yeah, unfortunately, these dragon eggs are buff, but they cannot do anything currently. So that'll be the rest of that. That's the end of my attacks. And I'm just going to clean up my board state a little bit.
Yuma will die.
Yuma will die. That is
Death
correct.
touch.
So I do still have one insect that is left untapped. But other than that, that is my turn. So I'll pass over to Jim.
Okay, I think this is probably going to be a pretty quick turn. I don't have a ton to do, I don't think. I'll play this mountain as my land for turn. Well, this is not going to be super impressive, but I am going to cast Rousing Refrain, targeting Bill. This will add 6 red mana to my pool, and it won't drain as steps and phases end. I'm going to exile it with 3 time counters on it.
That seems...
It's okay. In 3 turns, it's going to pay dividends.
It certainly will.
Yes. Then I'm going to tap 5 red and a blue to cast Shark Typhoon.
Ooh.
This is my second spell this turn, so I'm going to exile the top card of my library. I can play it until the end of my next turn. And I'm going to pay 2 to cast Winged Boots. Equipped creature is flying in Ward 4. I cannot afford to equip it, so I will then pass the turn.
Give him the boots.
All right. Well, it's been a really fun game. I've enjoyed myself. You've enjoyed yourself. We've all enjoyed ourselves. But this is Dragon Skull Summit.
It is.
We'll play 1, 2, 3 for Charred Grave Robber. It's a 3/1 skeleton mercenary that when he enters the battlefield, return target outlaw card from my graveyard to my hand.
Indeed.
Hello, Dire Feet Ravager.
I prefer baby spinach.
Char. I'm just thinking of Swiss Chard. Grave Robber.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dire Fleet Ravager. Everybody lose a third of your life total again.
I'll take 4.
what's a
6.
third of 0?
0.
6. So Alex takes 2?
Yep. I did a third 3 times. That means I win, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, that's math.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Don't at me. Speaking of don't at me, we're gonna pass.
Just drop
turn.
me some cards with this humble effective.
No. We're just gonna let Bill kill us.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm going to untap. I'm going to consolidate my board slightly and also cheat, apparently. I have 2 plant warriors, plant cowboys. And at the beginning of my upkeep, I will mill 2. That is a desert and an Oracle of Moldiah, so I will make another plant cowboy.
You will not.
Right. My guy does not exist anymore. That's correct. But I do make another insect
Yes.
that can't attack. Then I will draw a card for my turn. Done.
Oh, if it's relevant, I actually have a shark.
Oh, okay.
It's a 2/2 shark. I didn't realize this was non-creature spells. Sorry, chat. We caught it. Don't worry.
All right. I think the only thing that I really need to do here is move to combat. I'm going to send this 6/5 nesting dragon at Alex. and I'm going to send the rest at Jim. So that is 2 5/3 plant warriors, 3 2/2
Are
insects.
they still that big?
Yeah, they get +1/+1.
Yeah.
But this is 9 with trample, and then 3 2/2s and 2 5/3s.
Well, I think I'm dead.
I think I'm plumb dead.
Plum dead. Oh my gosh. Good game, Bill.
Good game. Good game, everybody.
Good game.
Good game.
Rumbleweed.
Rumbleweed MVP.
Boom, boom, boom.
Great name too.
yeah,
very
that card's sweet.
Yeah, very good stuff. That was a fun game.
Yeah. For some of us.
Well, I was saying, for everybody but Jim, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
Maddie got to steal like
Gonti is
30
fun.
cards this
You
game.
saw like
Gonti's
half
cool.
my deck.
yeah.
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 Well, my next turn was going to be really nuts too, right? Because I had that sorcery that would give me additional whenever I deal combat damage triggers, I exile more, and then it doubles
Oh, wow.
because of the what's that guy's name?
5
Felix.
boots.
5
Oh yeah,
boots.
5 boots.
Five
Yes.
boots McGee or whatever.
Yeah, I boots Felix or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was good stuff.
That would have been fun.
These decks
This deck's
are
cool.
very cool.
I should
Yeah.
have let Olivia go to the graveyard when
Yeah.
I had back in town
Oh right.
in exile.
It's kind of wild that returns X creatures with no other qualifiers. eh?
Yeah, just Outlaw.
Outlaws.
Just Outlaws.
Yeah.
Oh, but everything in the deck is an outline. anyway,
Exactly.
right? So,
Exactly. Well,
yeah.
not
Yeah,
quite.
and Outlaws are 5 different creature types. So
Yeah.
that is really just return X creatures.
Right.
yeah, if you're building your deck.
It's like playing Crux of Fate in a Dragon's deck.
Yeah.
It's like it's just there's no qualifiers there. Like
How did you feel about lands and deserts?
I really liked it. There were some things that I had to keep track of. Obviously, the like once per turn triggers and stuff. But I really would have liked that saga to have resolved. I had
bet.
7
I bet you
lands.
would.
what were the lands triggering when they entered? Or
They were just triggering Nesting Dragon at that stage.
Okay.
But then I would have also just had 7 additional lands in play. Like play my guy. I have a bunch of lands that I can sacrifice on ETB and attack. I also had a Green Warden, I think Green Warden of Marassa in my hand.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The one that doubles land ETBs.
Oof.
So if I had that and Nesting Dragon out,
Yeah.
that would have been primo. But I mean,
That's good stuff.
but no, the deck was really, really fun. I like that he has built-in cost reduction as well because you want to get rid of a lot of your lands.
Yeah. Well,
Now- Are you sure we got to give these away?
Well, not immediately because I do believe we have additional content planned for these.
that's true.
Yeah, we do. We are like so. Just to give everybody at home an idea of what we're planning on doing with this stuff, we're planning on doing 4 games. So there's going to be a calendar up here, and you'll see when all of the games are being released. Make sure you check out the channel on those days because it doesn't always send out notifications. You can hit the bell, but just in case it doesn't, check back on these days. We're also going to be giving away these decks once we're done playing with them. So check out our Twitter or X or whatever, and you'll see the giveaway is live right now if you want to enter to win these decks.
Yeah, that's going to be sweet. In the meantime, though, if you look down below us, you'll see all of our patrons scrolling past. Those are the folks that keep the lights on around here. We just want to shout them out alongside our generous sponsor, GameGenic. If you want GameGenic supplies, you can find those at your LGS. But if you want to be a patron, all you got to do is go down to the doobly-doo and click the one that says patreon.com/thespikefeeders, where for as little as $1 you can enjoy their illustrious ranks. We just want to say thank you to everyone that watches us, tweets us, reshares us, likes us, comments us, whatever you want to do. We appreciate it, and have a great day.